Coming up next, y'all, I'm giving y'all a story about a guy in the pod who just couldn't stop lying. Y'all gotta stay tuned to catch this one on the Corner Prison Talk Show. What up, what up, what up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. So today, as you can see from the thumbnail, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about a guy named Beatdown. Now, beatdown, let's give you the definition of that word in prison. That normally means, well, it can mean two things. It can mean an actual beatdown, or it can mean telling stories. So it depends on the context of the dialogue. Anyway, this guy's name was Beatdown because he liked to tell stories, y'all. And when I say tell stories, I mean tell stories. So there's many different stories going around about him saying that, one day you could ask the Bloods and this guy could say he's from Atlanta. Then the next day you could ask the Crips and he could say he's from Detroit. And at any given day, he could be from New York, California. I even heard Texas, and California is far as heck from Texas. So, I don't know. This guy just makes stuff up. But here's the thing, y'all. His stories are so believable because the details that he puts in it. Now, I don't know if he looks this stuff up or brainstorms, or maybe he knows people in these places. I don't know. But he knows places and even street names, and you have it. So his stories are believable. But jail to jail, pod to pod, he will tell different stories based on what the scenario is, who he's trying to fit in around. I guess maybe that's his way of adapting or something. I don't know, but everybody knows that lying, eventually it bites you in the ass. It's going to come back around to you somehow, some way. You're going to say something that you can't keep up because you done forgot, or whatever the hell happened in your life, and it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. So, now that we know a little bit about Beatdown, let's get into it. One day, Beatdown had the whole pod in the day room, y'all. And now, Beatdown is kind of like a jailhouse celebrity. We can't get no real entertainment, so we let this fool get up there and tell a story. Now, some people believe him, most people don't. Because like I say, he keep changing his locations. Now, he would go on to tell us a story about how he beat up a Blood, a high-ranking Blood, poked him up, all this nonsense, and that's how he got here in jail. Now, it's true as far as his paperwork goes. Yeah, he poked somebody up. That's how he got here. He ain't unalive him. He poked him up, though, and that's how he got here. It is not verified that that person was at all a Blood. And, well, see, he said he did that in Detroit. And he said he got extradited to North Carolina for something else. Now, here's where things will get tricky. First of all, if you did something like that, you will still have to go serve time for that crime. So, whatever you did to get you locked up in North Carolina is not what you hear. You're not here for nothing from Detroit. You here for what you got locked up for in North Carolina. So everybody already assumed that you telling a tall story, homie. Now, he would go on and start naming names and people he'd be around and shooting off crews out there in Detroit and naming some big name jokers and talking he got beef with this one and he don't like that one, and if he see this one is on site and what he gonna do to him, and he can't stand these dudes, he can't stand Bloods, and if he see anyone on this compound that claim they have blood, he's stepping to him He gonna let him know that he in the loud in the day room, y'all. It's Bloods in this pod. It might not be a lot, but it's a couple of them, and that's all you need is for the word to start floating around the jail. Now you already got two things floating around the jail that you shouldn't. You claiming you did some dirt in Detroit, and you claiming you gonna pop off on the Bloods. Right now you are a moving target, my boy. I don't know what you thought. I don't know where you thought you was, but this ain't Kansas no more. You about to find out. You really about to find out. Beat down. So he would continue giving the guys his beat down. Now he done switched locations again. Now he talking about Atlanta. He talking about the work he put in Atlanta. How he used to ride on some Crips in Atlanta. And everybody looking at him like, what is you, man? What is you? You ain't a Blood. You ain't a Crip. What is you? You banging on both sets? What you do? What you got going on? He like, nah, man. Nah, I do my own thing. I don't rock with no gang. They gotta rock with me. If I let them rock with me. He talking all this big stuff like he the big homie. Everybody looking at him like, man, now you done offended the Crips now. What you got going on? And at first, everybody looking at it like comedy. They thinking, nah, this Joker, he gotta just be putting on a show for us, y'all. He just playing. Even the Bloods and Crips ain't paying him no damn mind. They looking at this little dude like, yeah, he gotta be joking, man. Nah, he definitely gotta be joking. This definitely gotta be some comedy shit. It better be. Oh, it better be. Well, y'all, maybe Beatdown should have stopped when he was ahead. He keeps going. Supposedly, he done stomped the Crip into the ground, pounded his teeth into the pavement. He done stomped his head out, kicked him in his ribs. He done choked him out. He done punched him all in his face, spit on him. He done did all types of crazy shit to one of their brothers, supposedly. Now, I guess he don't realize it don't matter whether they know the dude or if he in the same... But if you claiming that's one of their brothers, oh, guess what? They got the right to ride on you. You just admitted it. Whether it's true or not, you just signed yourself a little... Well, I ain't gonna call it what it is, but, you know, you might not be with us too much longer, Beatdown, if you keep talking like that. Some of the guys even tried to tell him that in the day room. Hey, you might want to calm down, buddy. You're getting a little out of hand over there. Even the CEOs looked over and gave him a grunt like, like, shut it down, shut it down. I see a big crowd. When I see big crowds, that means trouble. Shut it down. I don't want no trouble. I want an easy night. And you know, Beatdown like, aye. But look. If any of y'all got a problem with me, y'all know where my cell at. I don't play no games. Just because I'm telling y'all these stories, don't forget I'm in here with y'all. I'm just as gangster as y'all, and I'll prove it. Who want what? And he talking to the Bloods. He talking to the Crips. Who want what? Y'all ain't gonna do nothing to me. Yeah, I aired both of y'all homies out. Yeah, and what? And what? They're like, oh, it's on now. We thought he was playing. We was fitting to give him a pass. You got Bloods and Crips about to link up in the prison to ride on your dumb ass. What kind of craziness you got going on, Beatdown? Well, they'll give him a few days. Let him think it blew over. You know, they're going to let him keep telling his stories in the pod and talk about this one and that one. And then, y'all, about 2, maybe 3 days later, new inmate comes in the pod. He's from Detroit. He's really from Detroit. He was out there banging in them Detroit streets. He know everybody out there. And guess what, y'all? He does not know Beatdown. He only got locked up out in North Carolina. He was visiting somebody and ended up robbing somebody at the gas station at Bow Point. That's how he got cased up out here. But he just came from Detroit a few months ago. And he's telling us he don't know no beatdown. He don't know this guy. He's stunned. He lying. All them people, I know all them people that he named, and none of them know him. We ain't never see this dude in Detroit before. He a straight out liar. So now, dude is like, as a matter of fact, I got 3 of them dudes on my phone list. We could call them. We could call them right now. So they like, I word. Now this dude is an official blood from Detroit. He gets on the line. Boom, 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 boom. Gets his homie. Hey, blood, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, it's some dude out here shooting your name and this name and that name, talking about they did this and that to this one, they did that from the set, blah, blah, blah. Hey, yo, I'm over here with the homies at NC, yo. Yo, shout out. Hey, yo, blah, 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 blah. What up, blood? Yo, tell this dude what dude talking about. He's saying he hurt one of the homies, huh? What you want us to do, big homie? You let us know. Is he lying? You're like, man, we don't know who that is over there, but they ain't do nothing to our set. They ain't do nothing to us, but you know what you gotta do? Take care of them for talking that blasphemy. Y'all know what it is. Let them know what it is. Say no more. Alright, big homie. Hang up the phone. Man, alright, bet. Now they went and conversing with the Crips. They telling them what it is. Nah, it's a go. This dude ain't protected. This dude, he a straight up liar. And we got to get him out this pod, y'all, before he starts some bullshit. So they start conspiring, y'all. They start conspiring to get this guy beat down, really beat down, and out of the pod. Hold on. I got a question real quick, because I was having a really heated debate with my boy about this. Which duck do you think was the best duck? Howard the Duck, Scrooge McDuck, Daffy Duck, Donald Duck, or even Darkwing Duck? Which one do you think was the best? Get in the comment box, y'all. Let me know. I think Darkwing Duck was. Some of y'all might not even know who Darkwing Duck is. Anyway, back to the story, y'all. Now, Beatdown normally had a decent amount of commissary in his locker. Because that's pretty much, that was his thing. That's what he did in there to get by. He did those little comedy shows for them and, told them beatdown stories, and they would give him a soup. Everybody would throw soup in or whatever, or some little something, a can or something or whatever. So at the end of the night, he would have him a nice little round up, a little commissary. And he would do this maybe every other night or something like that. So the Bloods and the Crips, they decided they was going to rob him. Straight up. And see what he was going to do. And when I say rob him, I mean rob him. They wasn't going to do it when he was asleep or when he wasn't looking. They was going to go right up, get in his face, open his locker, and start taking items out of his locker right in front of him and see what he did about it. And well, y'all, they went on over to his cell. It was about almost 10 guys deep. They went in there and they said, hey, we taking everything you got. Get off that bunk and we're going to beat you down into the ground. You're going to be under the damn cement. Do something. And they start going to his locker, pulling stuff out, putting it in the pillowcase. Bag after bag, they just passing it off. Passing it off. And they looking at him. They want him to move, y'all. They want him to get off that bunk. Because they know he lying. He been lying on their set. So, Beatdown, hey, yo, what y'all doing, yo? Hey, yo, what y'all doing? And say, yo, you gangster, right? You the big gangster, right? You hurting triple OGs out here, right? Do something now. Do something, you so gangster. You so gangster, poke me up. And they looking at him. They waiting for him to move, y'all. They just waiting. So, they ain't move. So, they start walking out. And he talking shit. He like, what? What you say? He quiet again. They got all this stuff, y'all. Everything. He ain't had nothing in there. Not even one damn suit. Now they laughing. They walking on up out of there. They going about their business for the day. Now, this guy, he really is some kind of a problem. Let alone the fact that he's a liar and everybody knows it. Remember, people, he's in prison also. Why is he here? I told y'all. Because really, he about that life. He will poke you up. So, he would go ahead and get him a little banger. And beat down. He was one of those guys that just didn't really care. I guess he didn't care about himself too much. It has to start there. He would wait till they would call mess hall because he had to go down and get food because they took all his food. And all those guys, they regularly go down to mess hall because a lot of them were broke anyway. So, they in mess hall. He got the plastic banger with him so he know it wouldn't set no metal detectors off or anything like that. If the guards happen to be having the wands going that day, he got the joint made out of plastic. He done got the hard plastic filed down, all the way down. Joint. It's super sharp. And he got it right here in his waistband, y'all. He go ahead through the lunch hall. He get online, get his tray. Now he done pulled it out. He got it under the tray counter. So he go ahead and he sit down. He sits at the end of the table that he normally sits at so he can have a better view and a better exit out of the table. He don't want to have people on the left or right of him and the back of him that he got to struggle to get out of the table when he need to do what he got to do. So he's sitting down. He eating the food. He like, fuck it. I need to eat. I don't got no food. Let me eat this food first before I do anything because I don't know when my next meal going to be or where it's coming from. So he go ahead. They having that goulash with some white bread. He dog it all down. Drink some juice. Dog it all down. Boom. Now he got his tray. He sees where the Bloods are sitting. And he starts heading that way with his tray. Disguising that little Shiv poker joint he got. And as he's walking by with his empty tray to go throw it out, he uses the tray as a distraction. And he tosses it right in the middle of their table where they're eating their food. He just takes his tray and boom! Slams it right in the middle of their table. Hits a couple of their trays, their food flying around stuff. They're looking like, what? As soon as the first dude that was close to him, the one that took the stuff out of his locker and told him to do something, got up. As soon as he tried to get up from that table, he took that plastic shiv and put it right through his neck. Yeah, y'all. Hit him with that joint about 2 times. And then he ran. He hauled ass, y'all. He ran quick as hell. But he got dude, though. He got dude. And that dude, unfortunately, he ain't even make it. He bled out right there in the mess hall. Now, as far as beatdown goes, y'all not going to believe this. Not only did the remaining Bloods that was at that table Hawk beat down, the Crips got involved also, y'all. They wanted a piece of the lick back. They got him under a stairwell, y'all. Let's just say, they said he had about at least 40 broken bones. That's a lot of bones, y'all. So that means small bones, big bones. He had about 40 broken bones. His teeth were all shattered. Raccoon eyes. Swollen lips. His whole sockets, his eye sockets was cracked and broken. He had a concussion. I mean, I believe his legs were broke, at least one of his arms. They worked my man out under that stairwell, y'all. And yeah, that blade work was involved. He had slices, he had pokes, all that, y'all. And I don't know whether or not they were trying to unalive him, but he actually made it. He had to get airlifted out, and from what I'm told, he actually made it. Now, he never came back to that prison again, but supposedly he made it, and till today, I'm hearing stories that he's still in the prison systems telling beat-down stories that ain't true. So, I guess the conclusion of this is he was a liar. You can't trust everything that you hear from people. You can't trust everyone that you meet. Never trust anyone in jail, people. Don't trust what they tell you they've done. Don't trust what they tell you they do. Trust their actions, people. Let that be the moral of this story. If you take anything away from this, I want you to remember, I don't want y'all going to prison. It's a bad, bad place. And you don't want to get caught up in some BS that you can't get out of. So, listen to your boy, Jay Corner, telling you from experience, you don't want to go there, especially if you ain't got no clout. You ain't got no business in the jail. Alright, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for this one. This is the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. Get at me. Get in the hot box. Let me know what y'all talking about. What's the discussion? Y'all got any questions? Let me know something. Alright, y'all. With that, I'm out. Oh yeah, and before I forget, y'all, I want to take a quick minute and shout out my homie Mano for rocking with the brand Solely Sporty. You see that jersey he rocking right there. If you're looking for that jersey, get at me. Get in the DMs and we'll see what we can do for you. I can make it happen. Solely Sporty. Shout out to Mano. What up, my bro?